Yes, indeed. Good night, everybody. Everybody, good night, everybody. Good night, good night, everybody. Yours truly, Sheldon McIver, and my lovely wife. And I kind of like to ring it as my co-host.
Shelly McIver.
Ah, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Look at you trying to do the thing, trying to do the thing. Good night, everybody. Thank you for pressing play. We're here with you on tonight, a little later than normal. Let me get a little music in the background real quick. Yeah, something by Jonathan Nelson, something he entitled "I Do Believe." We got any believers watching tonight? Do you believe? Do you believe? The question is, what do you believe? Why do you believe what you believe? And you know, but do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe? You believe, babe?
I believe
You believe what you believe in?
a lot of things.
Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. All right, go ahead and share. Hit the share button. Go ahead and text somebody, Facebook somebody, MySpace somebody. Let them know we're live. We're not gonna be too long tonight. We're not gonna be too long tonight, but we definitely wanted to hop on and say what's up to everybody. All right, so we want you to make sure you show some love in the comment section as we get started here tonight. And again, we do want to say welcome to the show and thank you for pressing play. When you come in, let us know let us know that you're watching with us and just say good night to us as you do. Let's see here, bada boom, bada bang. We'll go ahead and put that up there as well. Yeah. Okay. So the number's down at the bottom. The hotline number 980-222-4492. That's the number that connects us to you. Just in case you have any questions, comments, concerns, you just want to say hello, you want to show some love. Now make sure you jot down that number, okay? Because we got a few things going on this week and tomorrow in particular. Let's just go ahead and put that up there real quick. We'll talk about that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and hop on into the festivities. How about that? Boom. There you go. Look at that. Now in the background, it's Snack Pack. Okay. Now tomorrow we will be serving dinners over at the church. We're located here in Mooresville, North Carolina, and it's 442 Westmore Avenue. Make note of that. If you forget to make note of that, you can go to Facebook, Upper Praise Ministries of Mooresville. You can even go to our website, upperpraiseministries.com, so you can get our address, and you can also get the telephone number there as well. So anyway, we're going to be doing dinners tomorrow, curry chicken dinners. Talk a little bit about curry chicken.
Curry chicken.
Curry chicken. If you don't know curry chicken, then rice and peas.
Rice and peas.
Okay.
Cabbage.
And some cabbage. Cabbage gonna be side. Cabbage
will be the side.
All right. So check it out. We're gonna give away. How many dinners we're gonna give away today?
It's up to you, baby.
We give away. Let's give away 2 dinners. Let's give away 2 dinners, and if we get some more participation, and we might throw in a few more. Now it's real simple. Real simple. All you have to do is utilize the hotline number and just give us a call and say, hey, I want that free dinner. I mean, it's literally just that simple and just that easy, okay? So if you are in the Mooresville area, or you don't mind traveling to get the dinner, then that's all you have to do. Just hit us up on the hotline number. It is scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. Just give us a call. 98 what?
980-22 4492
222-4492. All right. Now let me pull up the phone app here, so that way when you call in, we're gonna hear you calling, and we'll go ahead and put you on live, and you can get your free meal come tomorrow. What time is it gonna get started, babe?
11 till 2 p.m.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Those dinners will be served at Upper Praise Ministries, 442 Westmore Avenue. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of that if you want that free meal. It's literally just that simple.
And if you have never tried curry chicken or Jamaican food, then perfect opportunity to call in and get a free one. If you like it, great.
And if you don't, you didn't pay for it. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. Nothing to lose here. Let's see. You got it up on your phone? Let me. So a couple things we want to talk about tonight. Let's see if we got any who's on here with us. I'm trying to work through some things here, folks, and boom. See a little background there. What's love got to do with our little logo and everything. Yeah, so let's see here. All right, so it's not showing up on this one. Let's see if I can see him on here. Now we're gonna do the dinners tomorrow. That's not gonna be the last time. So if you don't make it over there tomorrow, you can catch us on the next go round. Show some love if you can hear us good. If you can hear us, the audio if it's good, let us know. And guess what? We're also streaming live tonight on YouTube. So you can also catch us there if you happen to not be able to get to your Facebook for whatever reason. You can still catch us over on YouTube streaming live there as well. Let's see. Do you see it? Okay, so you can see it's on your thing. You pick it up. Okay, good deal. Okay, there it is there. All right, so a couple things we want to talk about tonight. We want to talk about riding it out. Okay, riding it out. You gotta ride it out. Okay. How long we been married, babe?
24 years.
24 years?
It's going to be 25 this June, Lord's willing.
Okay, so this coming June, we'll be looking at 25 years. That's a half a a century? No, a quarter of a century, excuse me. Quarter of a century. And that sound, quarter of a century. But you don't get that. You don't even get to 2 years. 2 years without having to have learned to ride a few things out.
Oh, absolutely.
You know. And so when I say you gotta ride it out, that literally means that sometimes things get rough, things get rocky, sometimes things get ugly, and sometimes we get ugly because not everything we say is always pretty and cute. Sometimes we get caught out there in our feelings, and we say things to each other. Come on, somebody, if we just be real. We say things to each other sometimes. That's just downright ugly, in my opinion. Have I ever said anything ugly to you, babe? I have? Oh, gosh. And sometimes it comes out uglier than what we intended, and then sometimes we intended to be. It's just crazy. Point is, you get caught up out there sometimes in your emotions, and things don't play out the way they should. So you gotta learn to ride it out.
Ride it out.
You gotta learn to ride it out. Now, a point that my wife was making was what, babe? Share with us the point that you was making.
As far as what?
Would you just share with us before we got started a little bit?
Well, yeah, but I drunk it, so.
That's all right. I've kissed your lips before. You gonna kiss them again tonight?
What I was saying.
You lost your train of thought?
I did.
Talk about my lips then.
Anyway, how we have patience, right? We have patience for everything else, but we need to have patience the way how we have patience for our job, other people. We lose patience so quickly with our spouse. Quickly. We have to learn to, like you said, ride it out.
Ride it out.
We just that. We have patience for our job, other people, our bosses, maybe our customers that you're on the phone with, dealing with, all kinds of things. And then you get home and then you have no patience for your spouse. So.
And you know what can be frustrating, right? Because if me as the spouse, I see your level of patience, your level of kindness and long suffering, with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is a lot of times, but when it comes to the spouse, you're short tempered or whatever, and then the spouse is like, well, she had so much or he had so much patience for them. But when it comes to me, it's always snap, snap, snap.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so now your lack of patience causes a strong level of frustration. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just, and it doesn't have to be. But unfortunately, it is sometimes,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So, babe, not to put you on the spot, but why would you say, or why do you think that, it's easy to lose patience with your loved one? Or we're talking about spouse, so we might as well be specific with your spouse, but yet still you can have patience and so much tolerance for, like you said, coworkers, boss, this, that, and the other?
I think more so is that you feel as if they should understand.
They being
the spouse. The
Okay.
spouse should understand that I've had it in. And to be honest, you have depleted all your patience from the job and everything. So the spouse just gets that backlash, or the, what Jamaican would say, the what left of what's left in you. So I think that's what it is most of the time. So yeah,
so y'all say you get the what?
the what left.
What does that mean?
That means you get what left.
Okay.
And sometimes it ain't nothing left. So then sometimes nothing. Unfortunately, ain't good, but unfortunately.
So the spouse thinks that the spouse should understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
but the spouse that is made to believe doesn't understand is seeing patience.
Sometimes they don't see patience.
No.
No, maybe they don't see it. Maybe they don't know how hard your job is, or what have you.
Now you bring up a good point.
Maybe they don't know how hard your job is, and what you had to deal with. That's why spouses. It's important to say, "How was your day?"
But
It's important to say, "How was your day, babe?"
Did I ask you how your day was today?
Yeah, you did. Kudos to you. You did. But, it's important to say that, like, how was your day? And they'd be like, listen, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. And then that's where you be like, and then that's where you be like, okay, yeah, I'm about to hold me a seat on this couch.
I'm
about to go somewhere else. I'm about to go somewhere else. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right for the other spouse that lose patience with the spouse that, maybe that's home or whatever. That's home or whatever. I'm not validating in saying it's right. But I'm just showing that there is, some truth to it and some explanation to why that may be.
Now I was and I agree now, but see, they ask, okay, how was your day? Okay, cool. But how often do you think we ask that just because it's
something to do?
It's a nice thing to say.
It's a nice thing to say, yeah.
But then do we really listen?
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or is it just we ask it just because, and then it's like in one ear and out the other, or even worse, hey baby, how was your day? And as soon as you start going into it, you're pouring out, I'm here doing something else, not even, what I mean?
Not paying no attention. Right.
Yeah, it's almost like folk when says, how you doing? They really don't want to know.
No, they don't.
It just becomes a greeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
courtesy.
Courtesy.
Yeah.
Oh, praying for you. I'm praying for you. No, you ain't. You just said it because it sounds good.
Right.
You ain't getting down on no business. But anyway. So we've got to go beyond just saying what's right because it sounds nice, but saying it and then really meaning it. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
But I think you kind of struck something when you said they don't understand what you had to deal with all day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And it may look like, we're doing it gracefully or doing it, effortlessly. And, then next thing you know, you get home and you're absolutely drained. You can't take nothing else. You can't do anything. You can't take nobody else wanting anything else from you. So I think that's a big factor.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So, but just gotta be mindful. Just gotta, the other spouse that's there just gotta kind of maybe sit down and say, so, babe, what's really going on? Because I noticed here lately, when you come from work, you very snappy, or is there anything I can do to kind of, come back or help you through whatever it may be going on, so then they can get an idea of what's really, how much of yourself or how much of your time or emotions that you're pouring out at work or whatever, wherever.
Which leads me to another point. So it's one thing to tell how your day was going. Well, boss was late. I had to do all this and that until he got there, and we had a client and this and that. Okay, that's telling what happened, how the day was, right? But I think it's a difference when you explain what you have to do. Because in other words, I can hear what happened. And it may not make sense until you begin to explain to me, how it works on your job, what your responsibilities are, or the expectation that's placed on you, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but what if you ask that question and all you get is, I don't even want to talk about it. It was just too.
Okay, so there you go. So if you get that. Right. So now I can't get the information that I need. So that I can kind of understand why you may be kind of, snappy or not having as much patience as I would desire to have, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's you just gotta, I guess, communicate. I guess communicate. And are we? As
We're on there.
yeah. Okay.
And
so yeah.
Gotta communicate.
I think it can be difficult sometimes, but
very difficult.
Yeah, it can be difficult.
Because I think sometimes you get to a place where you want something, because this happened to us, right? I'm wanting something, but at the same time you're wanting something.
Right.
So I'm not getting what I want. You're not getting what you want, because at this time we both need. And so what's your suggestion on that? How would you advise somebody, or what would you say to a situation like that? Somebody comes to you and that's a scenario or situation. How would you advise?
Saying, I want. They need. I need, and I have nothing to give. Maybe because sometimes that's what it is. You may need, and I also need, but I have nothing to give you, and maybe you don't have nothing to give me at that particular moment.
Right.
So that's when
I think
it comes to the point where we have to communicate this and be like, okay, what is it that I need? We need to do to remedy this situation. Because I may need you emotionally, and you may need me physically.
Oh, see, now you're on to something. So say that one more time.
I may need you emotionally, but you may need me physically. Okay. But emotionally, I am emotionally drained.
Right.
Or I'm physically drained because you need me physically, right? And I need you emotionally. And
right.
It's one of those things where it's like, we got to talk this out. We got to figure this out. How do I give you the physical that you need and you give me the emotional that you need? Because if I'm going to give you the physical, that means I got to be emotionally involved as well. Not just giving you me just because.
Well, when it comes to that, because when you say physical, right, that can mean a wide range of things.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm with you on that.
Right. But so let's break it down to just something simple as, I don't know. We don't even have to go to physical as sexual at this time.
No,
so maybe...
well, see, you were onto something. And
okay,
all I was going to say was the physical can be a wide range of things, right?
Of course, it would include sexual. Sexual
it would include sexual. Sexual could be included in that because it's physical.
And but
the
physical could be a wide range of things.
The physical could be a wide range of things.
The emotional part.
So I lost my train of thought just that quick. That is
okay. Yeah. So the emotional part for me would be, okay, you need me physically, but emotionally I'm drained, right? Emotionally I'm not in the mood, or whatever. So it's like one of those things where how do we come together to rectify that issue? Is one of those things that you have to understand. Maybe it is before I can give you physically, you need to tend to me emotionally, because then if I'm emotionally stable, then I'll be physically willing to give.
Because see, if I'm wanting physical and you're emotionally drained, even if you sacrifice and give me the physical,
you're not going to be
it's not going to be the
satisfied.
same.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
Right.
So I think there comes a time where sometimes we have to sit down, and when I say we, I'm talking about us as couples. We have to sit down, and sometimes I know this might sound crazy, but sometimes we got to sit down and prioritize.
Yeah.
You know, and
Right.
and sometimes when we don't sit down and prioritize, sometimes we may need to sit down and compromise.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's got to be a give and take. You know, I think one of the first things that has to be done is there has to be a conversation. You know, look, babe. I've been, things have just been so off at work. I know I haven't. I can't even really talk about it right now. But so that way the information out there, I know. Okay,
Right.
I don't have the details, but at least I know why. She's kind of, or he's kind of, acting
Right.
this way.
Right.
And then we can go from there. I think another thing that we have to do is we have to rely on or lean on or draw from past experience.
Right.
We have to look at our relationship, right, and realize that, okay, this is not the norm for her. This is not the norm for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be something, right?
Right.
And then sometimes he or she needs to just get a pass. Give him a pass. Give her a pass.
I said this is not their track record. So it's not like every time I need
you, you're never there for me. That's not the case. It's just
Right.
one of those situations.
Right. Right.
And so when I say we need to sit down and prioritize, what comes to mind?
Figure out what it is that we need to cut out, some things that needs to be eliminated, or some things that needs to be top on the list,
Mm-hmm.
as far as to make everything gel and work together. So
So
it's either we can cut some stuff out, and then we need to put some stuff on the front burner,
okay,
and
so
some stuff got to go on the back burner to make everything work out. That's what I would do.
So how about this? Let's say, we're both there. I need, you need. My need might be different than your need, but we're both still in need, whether it's physical, emotional,
Right.
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What if we say, all right, you want this, I want this, you need this, I need this. I can't do this for you right now. You can't do this for me right now. How about we just pause for a moment and decide what we can do completely different? It's kind of like a compromise, but I'm trying to think of an example. I need my back scratched. You need a hug. I mean, real simple. It's just for sake of conversation here, right? I need my back scratched. You need a hug. I need physical. You need emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't scratch my back. I can't give you a hug. So what do? We go for a ride. I don't know. We go for a walk. We just do something. So therefore, it's like you're not getting what you need. I'm not getting what I need.
or I should say want. Want, whatever.
But yet still, we're still doing
doing
something.
Right.
And hopefully that would be a time where we could kind of, some discussion and some understanding could be had or whatever.
And I think that at that point, if somebody got to be the bigger person and sacrifice and don't get what they want, and then eventually I think it'll turn out for them to eventually get what they want, because
if I need
emotion and you need your back scratched,
and I'd be like, you know what?
I am emotionally really not even
want to scratch his back.
I'm gonna go ahead and just scratch his back.
And I think
with that being said, you seeing me sacrificing my need
for your
need,
it will
eventually put things in perspective, and we both will gel. I think sometimes that can work as well.
Okay, I definitely agree. And I think that kind of speaks to what I was saying earlier about track record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we have to be fair with each other, and understand, hey, look, man, last time, I got what I wanted. She sacrificed. So instead of expecting you to sacrifice this time, how about I sacrifice this time?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that we have to be careful
we don't take advantage of the willingness of our spouses sometimes. Suppose your spouse is the one that's always quick to apologize, quick to mend things, and quick to don't take advantage of that. Don't take advantage of that. Maybe you should be the one to say I'm sorry this time. Maybe you should be the one to offer such and such this time.
Absolutely.
It's almost like changing roles. Y'all please forgive me. This is what Love has. Usher has a song out. I think it's called Trading Places. And it starts we gonna do it different tonight. Yes. You ain't heard that one? I don't play for you. Okay. But that's what the song is all talking about. It's talking about trading places. So instead of him going to pick her up, he said, "You gonna come over and pick me up at night, at 8 or whatever time it was, and you gonna open my door and just change switching roles, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's good, and I think that it's healthy for us to change places, to switch roles sometimes, not roles, but you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And because I think I should have some type of understanding as to what it feels like to be in your shoes. You know what I mean? It's almost like the wife has to go away for a work related thing or whatever, or she's got to go out of town, and now you stuck with the kids. You got to do the laundry. You got to go grocery shopping. Right. You got to do all of that stuff. And then you sitting there like, man, how does she do it? And so now there becomes
like a wife swap.
Well, I ain't talking about that. I ain't no other woman coming up in here. I'm good. Ain't no other woman coming up in here. I'm good with Shelly. I'm just talking about more like a role swap, maybe. But you understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so now I gotta watch the kids. I gotta do all the things that you do and make it look so easy, and then I sit there and gripe about this, that, or the other, or just take it for granted.
Right.
Well, you act like it's so hard. All you gotta do is,
Yeah.
And so I think that it's healthy for us to, So I just got a message that our sound is messed up. Is it like loud? Is it distorted, or what is it? Maybe that's what it is. Let's see here.
That's not good.
That's definitely not good. So who we have on tonight? If you're watching, can you just in the comment section let us know what the sound is like? Is it too loud? Is it distorted?
They probably can't hear though.
Let me see something real quick. So who we have on tonight? If you're watching, can you just in the comment section let us know what the sound is like? Is it too loud? Is it okay. So it's reverberating. Let me see. I think I could probably fix that real quick. Let me see. Y'all just bear with me. But it is important that we understand the role and the responsibility that our spouses have to deal with on a daily basis.
Right.
Because when we do, I think that we will have more patience. You know what I'm saying? Than we will when we don't understand their roles. And I'm almost positive there was times when I was, I'm not going to say unappreciative of my wife, but I do believe that there were times when I didn't. I don't even think I can say I didn't understand, but I just didn't. I don't know. I guess I didn't connect. It's like I see you doing what you do, but you do what you do and you do it so well till it's just like I just automatically expect that to be done because she does it all the time. You know what I mean? But at the same time, not understanding the weight, the pressure, the this, the that, the other. You know what I'm saying? And so I do apologize. Look at that. Y'all see that right there? Y'all. So hopefully the sound is a little bit better now. I did make a little adjustment there. Let me see one more thing here. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I think so. I do apologize. Okay. Y'all see that right there? So hopefully it's So that's what happens when you try to, you know, make improvements and everything. Sometimes it's,
too much.
sometimes too much is too much,
Right.
Sometimes we just gotta go back to the simple way.
Right.
And I think that can definitely apply to our relationships
Listen,
sometimes.
say that.
Sometimes we gotta just go back to the simple ways. Just simplify things sometimes,
Seriously.
Yeah. So instead of Ruth Chris, I'm gonna just take her to Burger King tomorrow.
Listen, I'll take a Burger King.
Oh, that's a joke.
A Burger King salad. But no, sometimes, like you said, seriously speaking, though,
Okay.
Yeah. You can just
Overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't that serious.
Sometimes what he said, keep it
simple,
stupid.
Yeah. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Right. Right.
So how does one overcomplicate their relationship? How could that happen?
A lot of ways.
You got an example or anything? Maybe anything going on?
Let's see. Like we talked about last couple of weeks, keeping up with the Joneses.
Okay, there you go.
You
overcomplicating it because you're trying to do what somebody else is doing. Well, they went out to such and such place, so we gotta. Well, they just got a
somebody gave them
a bonus,
or somebody gave them a gift card.
So their circumstances and their situation is different than yours.
Totally different.
You know what I mean? And so we can't look at the neighbors and think we got to do it the way they do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got to run our lane. We got to run our lane. We have to run our lane.
Absolutely.
I think we can overcomplicate things when we don't listen to each other.
We hear, but we don't listen.
We hear, but we're not listening.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, you can hear. Shalom, you said that. You used to say that. Oh, well, you still do sometimes.
What's that?
You be like, "Hey, you don't listen to me."
Yeah.
And I be like, I do listen to you. Do I?
No.
Yeah, I do.
No.
I promise you, I do.
You got. I'm not gonna.
You think I got selective hearing? No, absolutely not.
Okay, I think for some reason it looks like we're working. I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it.
See, who doesn't listen? Who doesn't listen?
No, see,
no.
I listen,
guys. Look at this.
I listened, but we had some notifications pop up over there. So we was wondering what was going on because it seemed like we were having some difficulties here. And
you're overcomplicating.
I'm overcomplicating it.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay.
You're overcomplicating.
We want to say good night to Shanshika Smith. She's watching via YouTube. So God bless you, woman of God. How are you doing on tonight? Thank you for pressing play. Didn't appreciate the value of what she does. Now, Facebook watchers, there is a way that you can. There's a way that
maybe you don't need to know who it is.
Okay, but there is a way that you can make sure it pops up.
Otherwise,
otherwise, it's just going to pop up Facebook user when it goes on screen. Let's see here. Oh, Tanisha Schoolfield, God bless you, woman of God. How are you doing? She said it's doing it again. Let's see.
Well, I guess we're gonna wrap this up.
No, we're not. We're just getting started. Now we're gonna wrap it up in a little bit.
Seeing that this is not.
But let's get back to the fact that you don't listen.
Okay? Oh, I do listen.
Yeah. No,
I listen. You think I don't listen because of what? I mean, you just think I don't listen, but I do listen. I listen and I hear you. You just want me to.
Okay, so you listen. So you're digging yourself into a hole right about now.
What you wanted. She's digging herself into a hole. What you want me to hear?
So you listen and you hear, but you just don't respond.
What do you mean I don't respond?
Because a lot of times I'm talking, and then like just the other day, and then you turn around and you ask something, and I was like, "Baby, I just."
No, you said something. Sheldon, you got to understand.
What do I have to understand?
You talk, but you don't give details when you talk. I am a detailed person.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Oh. You'd be like, "Oh, so," and I'll be like, "Okay, so you went where and what? You'd be like, "Oh, well, I went there," and you just leave it like that. No, but I'm detailed. Like, okay, I went there and I sat there and I did this and I did that, whatever, and that's what happened. But no, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I went to blah blah blah." And I said, like, no, like, and then I'll ask you the question again. So you went where, and then what happened? And you'd be like, I just told you where I went. No. Then the second part is what happened, what took place, whatever.
She's overcomplicated.
No, I'm not. It's the fact. Just like I tell you, you.
This girl.
No,
I can't with her.
It's the
I
truth.
can't with
It's
her.
true. It's the truth. It's the truth.
So we can overcomplicate things in our relationship, and it's sad because sometimes I think it could be an easy fix or an easy tweak to fix it. And then the sad thing is, sometimes we just don't ride it out. Case in point, I don't know if anybody ever had a case of bad gas, not in your stomach, not, but in your car. You go to a gas station, and they say there are certain times you're not supposed
exactly,
to get
Tish.
they say that.
Go ahead.
I ain't studying y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I
know. Go ahead. Talk about the gas.
Yeah.
Bad gas in our car.
Yeah, bad gas in the car, right? And let's see. Are you talking about that comment right there?
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead. It's okay.
And so you go to the gas station and you get some gas, but it's bad gas, right? And so now what happens is you have to ride it out. I mean, you can go and you can get the tank flushed, you can drain it or whatever like that. But that's the tank. The tank has been flushed, but it's still in the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what kind of car you got, it's in the carburetor, it's in the injectors, and even if it's not in the injectors, it's already had its effect on the injectors. You understand what I'm saying? And so you have to get fresh gas, maybe put a little gas treatment in it. And you're like, well, I got a fresh tank of full tank of fresh gas, and it still ain't riding right. Well, you got to ride it out. You got to ride it out, and sometimes, hear me good, folks. Sometimes we fix things, but the effects of what had to be fixed already happened. Or
it's lingering.
That's what I was about to say. There you go.
Come on here.
Come on now.
Come on.
Pow. Let's do it again. Pow.
Yeah, it's lingering. It's lingering.
Because it's just like you forgive somebody, right, for what they said or even what they did, but the ramifications sometimes are still there. What's the word I'm looking for?
The residue.
Ooh, that's a good one. The residue.
The residue
is still there. You understand what I'm saying? Oh gosh. So we sometimes we have to understand this one right here. We have to ride it out.
Gotta ride it out.
I'm not talking about getting to the car and ride down to the divorce court either. Nah, we buying that demon. That's not what we. We buying that. You just gonna have to ride out. Maybe you got to get in that little Volkswagen and just that little Pinto, that little Toyota, whatever. I don't know what you got in your driveway, but get in it, and maybe drive to the next town.
But you better drive back.
No, I'm talking about together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, together.
But sometimes you need that space though. If you're riding it out, and then you got to be willing enough to whoever is in the fault with the residue still being lingered to know that, okay, I'm taking this little space, but I'm coming back home, and this is just part of the residue that's lingering.
Now let me play devil's advocate.
Yikes.
Okay. Now, I did such and such. I did ABC XYZ 1, 2, 3. Right? And so now there's been forgiveness. There's been quote unquote reconciliation, right? All that's good. Oh, he don't want to read my comment. I read your comment. Shut up. Is that my sister? Okay, yeah, because I don't want to be talking to nobody else like that. They get mad in their feelings. She in her feelings. I don't care. I can do what I do. Back to the point. So now they okay, devil's advocate, and so now we have a situation sometimes where it's like you keep on, and I'm not saying you. This is not us per se, but you keep on bringing it up over and over and over again. So is it residue? Is it the consequences of the choice made? or is it just you being bitter, or whatever the case may be?
Well, I think it all depends on the situation. It all depends on the situation. Say something happened or what have you, and maybe the person who were violated, let's use that word, or what have you, whoever was violated, trying to talk to the person that did the violation or whatever, and they're not trying to discuss it, so then they have to keep on talking about it. Maybe it's that scenario, because people don't tell the whole story.
Okay.
They can constantly say, okay, or you go to counseling and they be like, oh, she keep on talking about it, or he keep on talking about it over and over. Well, they said they forgive me, but yes, they always bring it up. But then they don't tell the counselor what have you, saying, okay, I never talked about the whole situation. We never discussed it. He or she didn't want to discuss it, so then I'm left in limbo to not really know, and I want to know whatever. So you have that issue as well. And then you could have the issue where the person may be bitter, and have not really totally forgive, and then just constantly bringing it up, maybe to get back. Maybe that's their way of getting back, always bringing it up to open up that wound, what I'm saying, for that person who may have did the violation, and know that it will cause them pain. So they constantly open back up that wound by bringing back up that as well. So it could be that point as well.
Okay.
So I think it all depends on the scenario and the person and getting the whole story, because people can just tell what they want to tell, and they won't tell the whole thing. So
that is true.
You have all three of those things can be something, but it all depends on the situation. That's what I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And the old saying is there's three sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely agree with you on that right there.
How do I find you on YouTube?
Okay, so if you are on YouTube, what you do is you just go to Sheldon and Shelly, What's Love Got to Do? You can find us. You just put that in the search bar, and then some of the videos should be able to come up, and then just click on the subscribe button, and you should be able to get it that way. And so we would appreciate that as well, because we'd love to get as many likes as we can, and subscribers. That'd be great. Amen. That'd be great.
All right, babe. Well, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna call it a night with all this technical difficulties, I should say.
So we have to write it out, and even that, technical difficulties. Sometimes you just gotta press and just write it out. You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes you need a pause button too, though.
Sometimes you need a pause button.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to take a break.
Okay.
Take a break
from each other.
No, just take a break from the whole kit and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, kit and
caboodle and the kit.
Yeah, whatever. That's. Let's just take a break.
Caboodle kit.
Let's think about something else. Let's. I don't know.
I agree with you. Baby. So so here's what we have to understand. You've got to be mindful. You've got to be conscious. You got to be aware of your track record. I think we can go a whole lot further in our relationships if we remember where we came from, what we've gone through. That's just me, because what it reminds me of is the fact that we've come too far. And I think, okay, thank you, sir. I like that. Your technical difficulties are going to make you stronger. Keep pressing. And so let's talk about that for a moment, right?
Okay.
So we get a little squeal, and we get a little feedback, we get a little this, that, and the other. And because we don't know exactly how to fix it, we just scrap it. because we tried it and we got technical difficulties, and so we scrap it.
Mhm.
And we go back to the basics, right? And now the basics can be great because, you know, it works,
Mhm.
but everything we do, we ought to grow in.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? We ought to get better, and I think that we should go from level to level, right?
Mhm.
And the higher you go in levels, whether it be business, whether it be relationships, whether it be church, no matter what it is, the higher you go in levels, the bigger complications you could potentially face.
Right.
But what you have to understand is, though there are bigger potential obstacles and so on and so forth, the rewards are usually that much greater too. And so you look at it now, right? Now, let's look at the platform that we're trying to use. We newbies right here, right? We newbies. But this platform could prove to be very effective. It can prove, because it does so much more than just what, grabbing your phone and just going live does. For instance, we got to get it together. We got to get it right. But the audio can be so much better. You're not getting all the, the sounding like in the hallway, this, that, or the other. You can add so many other features, like our little background, and there's so much more we can do. All we have to do is begin to venture out a little bit and little trial and error, exploring a little bit. And in our relationships, we're going to have trial and error.
Sure.
I'm not going to go into details, but I remember one year I got you a gift, and I thought it was going to be, heartfelt, and I thought it, and Lord Jesus, it was read completely the wrong way, and I was like, I said, well, good Lord, and then just the other day, she said, I want such and such for Christmas. I said, I got you one for one Christmas, you remember that?
No.
You don't remember? You remember. I ain't gonna tell you under the bus.
Listen.
But so what am I trying to say? Sometimes it's only through trial and error that we learn things, and then sometimes
maybe my mindset wasn't there.
Well,
Sometimes
see, that's where I'm going. What I was getting ready to say was,
okay.
We clicking tonight. What I was getting ready to say is, sometimes it's not the gift, sometimes it's not just, sometimes it's just time, and depending on the time, it could affect so many different things.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we even have to understand that, I know I tried this last time and it didn't work, but it might work this time.
Maybe.
Trial and error, you know what I mean? And so we, in our relationships, we have to, explore. We all remember we used to go up to the mountains and camp up there. Take the kids up there. We would go pretty regularly. But sometimes just because you've done that for 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 years consecutively, and it was nice, it might be time to switch up a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And so we have to work through technical difficulties, even in our relationships. We just got to work through them. Again, write it out. Because I believe it's going to get better. I believe everything's going to get better. Hello.
Right.
Tell the truth and shame the devil, because the devil is a no good, low down, dirty, stinking son of a heifer.
Liar.
And a liar. He the father of lies, the son of lies. Uncle, cousin, and nephew. Eh?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh yeah.
But real talk though, yes. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, saints and names, we've got to just write it out. We got to write it out. Because check it out. If you keep on trying at it, if you keep on plugging away at it, before you know it, you might be considered to be a pro.
Write it out.
I mean, just write it out. And we're not going to go into details, but we've had some hiccups. We've had some ups and some downs.
Be some liars if we said
Right.
we didn't.
Right. We've had them. We've had them. And I think that's another spill we can touch real quick for just a hot moment. Some of your ups and downs need to stay in your house. Some of your, everything doesn't have to be told all the time. I think there are moments and times where some of the things that you've gone through can be teachable moments, not only for yourself, but for maybe another couple or somebody else. but I think you have to use wisdom even in that, in terms of how put it out there and everything. But some of the stuff that we've gone through, man. Number one, who thought we would have made it this far? Who thought? Who would have thought?
Right.
Sometimes I look at us and I'll be like, number one, I'll be like, man, time flew.
That it did.
It flew. And if truth be told, when I fell in love with you, I still didn't see this day.
As far as this moment in time?
Yeah, I just didn't see this. I fell in love with
So
you.
maybe you fell for me and not in love with me for not seeing this moment.
No, I felt both. I fell in love with you and fell for love with you. Yeah, I did both. I didn't want to, so I just did both.
Somebody get
but for real, I didn't see this day. It's just like I was so caught up in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And it sometimes I think it has to be.
Or was you just riding it out?
No, I wasn't riding out. I was trying to ride, but I wasn't trying to just ride it out. I real talk. I was.
But I don't understand that concept though.
Okay, so
you lost me with
okay,
this.
so let me slow down. When I fell
No, I ain't on no slow bus now. Come on.
When I fell in love with you, I was caught up in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think about this day.
Meaning what? This day.
Okay, so I think sometimes relationships crumble because they fall in love,
Okay.
but they're so focused on a day that hasn't got here yet, right?
Okay.
And so now I want this, that, and the other, and I don't know how we're going to get it. And then when it doesn't start to play out based on my thought process or idea of it, then frustration, sometimes even resentment.
Yeah.
And
I got you now.
yeah, so I just enjoyed the moment, every single day, and when and doing so, it's like every day, number one was a new day, but it's like it was a new opportunity to see who you are and to see this and find out some you know what I'm saying? And so for me, it kept a level of excitement in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that we need to look at it like that sometimes as well.
I understand.
Yeah, so you understand now, so we could.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Some folk, I tell you, some folks just.
And just like I said, I'm a detailed person, so I definitely need to hear. Like, I'm not just gonna agree with you, but I get it. No, I don't. I need to explain it to me so I can get it.
Yeah. So
we got
there.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
We're there.
So, how was it for some of y'all when y'all fell in love? When you fell in love with your loved one, did you see the wedding day? Did you see the children? Did you see the grandchildren? And what did you see? Or was it anything like me? I was just enjoying the moment, man. I'm just for real. I was just enjoying the moment.
And I think that's where I had to learn.
To enjoy the moment.
To enjoy the moment. Because like I was so detailed and I touched on this a little bit more where it's like not for the whole love thing, you know what I'm saying, us being together, but after we got married and certain things, my expectation was like, I needed detail for this. I needed detail for that. I needed, I had it in my mind, like, where we should be or different stuff like that. That when it didn't happen, I would get frustrated or kind of, let down or what have you to be like, darn, well, at this point we should be doing X, Y, Z or
who said
having
so? Who said that? Who made that?
Me.
Yeah, but who made that a rule?
Nobody made it a rule though. It's what I had placed within myself.
Okay.
So it's not like I was following somebody else, but it was for me in my mind and in what I envisioned for us to be at that present moment in time.
I think I addressed that. Was it today? I think it might have been earlier this morning when I was on. I kind of addressed that in a roundabout way. And because what happens is sometimes we set goals, we have expectations, and that's good. I think we should have goals and expectations and all that stuff. But I think we also have to have space or room for
when
it not
it's
happening, you know.
right?
And when it doesn't happen, are you a failure? When it doesn't happen, did you do something wrong? No, sometimes it's neither of those. Sometimes it's just life.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying?
I've
And-
learned that now,
Yeah.
and then just know that and sometimes I have to talk to myself, be like, just go with the flow, go with
Mhm.
the flow. Life happens, and that's one of my things now. Life happens, and it happens fast.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep.
just like you gotta go with the flow, kind of
Yeah.
take it as it go, and just don't stay there, or don't have that mentality of, okay, this didn't work out, and what have we done wrong? Because sometimes you haven't done anything wrong.
Exactly.
Life
Exactly.
just happened,
Yeah.
and it happens fast.
Yeah, exactly. Now let me clear this up or clean this up or at least speak to this for a moment. Now I'm a kind of person, I don't have a problem going with the flow. But what I mean by that is, I can work with it. I'm not the kind of person anything goes, and so when I say go with the flow, and when my wife says go with the flow, I think I can probably speak for you, correct me if I'm wrong. We're not talking about just anything goes. No. We've got plans. We have goals. We're trying to do this, that, and the other. It doesn't work out that way, and so now it's almost like we have no choice for now.
To shift or to do something different.
There you go. So
Shift your mindset and then do something different.
So we go with the flow, right? So in other words, instead of trying to swim upstream, you just go with the flow because it's a little bit easier. You're still doing your thing, but instead of going against the grain, you going with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes, even in our relationship, I think sometimes we're kicking against the pricks. You know what I'm saying? Look here now. He ain't gonna join the yoga team. He's not going to Michael's. Every Saturday with you. It's just not. He might hit once or twice. So you're going against the grain. You're swimming upstream. You might want to just kind of go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? For now, until another opportunity presents itself, whatever. I don't know. But yeah. So I think I agree with you. Because you were. I think it took a while for you to kind of. I don't want to say let your guard down, but I guess just warm up to going with the flow.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I can agree with that for sure. For sure, because like I said, I'm more so a detailed person, so it's one of those things. It was hard to say, okay, we're doing such and such, or okay, so explain to me, like, okay, if you do this, what's gonna come next, or if we do this, if that doesn't work out, what is the plan that we have for the next step and the next step and the next step? And sometimes there isn't much plan for this, that, and the other. It's just that we're gonna try this venture, or we're gonna try this, that, and the third, and and then I have to learn to just. I think too, even with that, I have to learn to trust your judgment when it comes on to certain things, And then when you prove in your track record that you did such and such and it worked out, even though I was a little bit leery, then that helped me put my guard down.
Yeah.
Even more so to say, okay, he know what he doing then.
Yeah.
So
because I think there's always a level of apprehension, I guess I could say.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when it's something that's new, something that's
Right.
not the normal, whatever, and you might know what you're talking about, and you might know all about it, but if she doesn't, or if he doesn't, depending on then you've got to understand why they're apprehensive about it. You have to be understanding, and I think you can still be persistent if necessary. I guess I could say that, but you want to be mindful of their feelings, and you might have to kind of tone it down a little bit. Maybe instead of investing 20 grand, maybe you start out with $7 grand. At least that way she's like, okay, well, it's just 7 versus 20, and you know what I'm saying. And then once you make that nice return, and then she's like, "Oh, we made how much? Oh, yeah." And so now you kind of warm her up to the situation, whatever. And she realizes, what he really do know what he doing when it comes to this investing, this, that, or whatever,
Right.
Right. And so the next time around, it's a little different, and it might start conversation, between you two about, what it is that you do and how you knew how to do this and how you knew, and now you can peep her to game, put her on game, and now she's starting to learn it, and so next time around it's just completely different. Yeah. So that's that, man. Just write it out. It's all. If I said nothing tonight, please take away that I told you to write it out. Now, hear me good. I don't know why I feel I need to make this disclaimer. If you are in a relationship where you're being beat upside your head, I'm not telling you to write that out. That's foolishness. Ain't no man supposed to be going upside your head, and ain't no woman supposed to be going upside your head. In situations like that, you got to run for the hills. Or at least, let me stop. Let me just stop right there. I don't advocate that kind of stuff, and so I just felt I need to make that disclaimer.
Right.
But as long as there's none of that craziness going on, then you might want to consider writing it out, because what you guys have, you may just need, you could need a couple things, but
right.
Figure out what it is.
Figure out what it is that you need.
Yeah. Figure out.
Because only you know what you need.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Well, sometimes you don't. I think it's easy to be at a place where you be like, "Hey, what's wrong?" Man, I don't know, man. Just something's missing in the relationship. You ever felt like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you be like, something's missing. And it could just be because we're just missing each other.
Right.
Is it a song? Like two ships passing in the night. I think it was in song, but anyway, and sometimes you get like that, and you don't know when it got there. You don't know why it's there. You don't know how long it's gonna be there.
Right.
You don't know what's necessary to fix it. You just know that something's missing, something's off.
Right.
And in a situation like that, you got to start trying stuff. And if what you've been doing haven't helped it, then why keep doing that? I'm saying, instead of going here, go there, and maybe go nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. Just you gotta. What I'm saying is, you gotta try some different things and write it out. You know what I mean? Together. Yeah. Write it out. Because when y'all met, you said, "I'm gonna be your ride or die, player." But now you ain't riding. Sometimes it's more dangerous to stop in the middle of a thing than it is to just ride it out. Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah, for sure. All right, babe. Anything else you got to say? Oh, I guess nobody wanted the free dinner.
That's it.
I guess nobody wanted the free dinner.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you for pressing play.
Absolutely.
We thank you for spending however much minutes we've
An
been
hour
on
and
here.
2 minutes. We were supposed to be on here for 15, 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you for pressing play and
Yeah.
staying on here with us, even through our technical difficulties. But we're riding it out. We're pressing. And we hope you do the same thing in your relationship. Ride it out, even though through the difficult times, technical difficulties that you may face in your relationship. Just continue to have patience and ride it out.
Write it out.
Don't like that. Don't like that little fist bump. Remind me.
We rolled out a lot of things. Though.
A whole lot of things.
Yeah, we rolled out a whole lot of things.
A whole lot of things.
Yeah.
We still here.
Yeah. You better not go nowhere.
But by the grace of God.
Yeah, man. I actually ain't going nowhere. I got married twice on the same day, y'all. My first and last time. Got married twice. My first time and my last time on the same day. The same woman. You remember that girl?
I do.
Yeah. I just had a flashback.
Bye, y'all.
All right. We want to thank you for pressing play. Thank you for interacting with us on tonight. We will continue to press through our technical difficulties, and we're gonna master it. Or I shouldn't say we're gonna master. Well, yeah, we're gonna master it. We're gonna at least get it to where we got it. Okay. But guess what? We need your help. Because what we see is one thing, what you see is another thing. Come on now, that's a topic right there, baby. What we see is one thing, what you see is another thing. We might see something and see our stuff as not being, worth nothing or not being much of anything, but somebody else sees it completely different from a different perspective.
True.
And they need what you have. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting on what you have. They're looking forward to what you have. So, you can't always go on what you see. You know what I mean? Facts. All right. We will catch you guys next week, Friday. If you're hungry and you want some curry, chicken,
rice and peas and cabbage.
Yeah, rice and peas and cabbage. Then you need to holler at us tomorrow because it's going down Caribbean style. My Caribbean queen right here next to me gonna put her foot in it, as she always does. Excellent, because she always has been. And they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Man, we have to tell that. We told the story before. But when I first came into the house, we did. Okay, all right. So we'll save him for tonight. We've been in here long enough anyway. We gotta go. So tomorrow between 11 and what? 11 and 2?
11 and 2.
Yeah, between 11 and 2, we're gonna be serving curry chicken over at the Church of Praise Ministries in Mooresville, North Carolina, located at 442 Westmore Avenue. If you want to place an order, you can inbox us, or you can call the number that's scrolling at the bottom of your screen, 980-222-4492. All right, we're out of here. Thank you for pressing play. Talk to you next time.
All right, good night, guys.